Hi, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and this is the Tech Travel Geeks review of the Honor MagicBook Pro with Intel 10th generation processor. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets and devices that we believe make the travel experience better. And in this case, we're reviewing a laptop, something that a lot of people when traveling do use for both work, play, pleasure, and if you're creators like us, for editing video and pictures on the go whilst you're out and about or traveling. This device is actually very good for content creation. It has a pretty beefy 10th generation Intel processor, which is paired with a dedicated graphics card from NVIDIA, the MX350. Now, the Intel i5 isn't the top of the range chipset, but for most people's use, including my heavy video editing, it seemed to do the job very, very well. The Honor MagicBook Pro is not entirely dissimilar to the other devices from Honor in the MagicBook range that we reviewed last year. It has a very well machined aluminium chassis with some nice touches on chamfered edges with blue tones to them. It is relatively light for a 16.1 inch laptop with minimal bezels around the screen and, importantly, some decent speakers at the sides and a nice responsive keyboard. The keyboard isn't of the deepest ones, you don't get much bounce on your fingers. It takes a while to get used to. It is infinitely better than the often maligned keyboards we've seen on MacBooks recently, but it does take a while to get used to for me personally, and especially the spacebar took a while to get used to. But once I did, in the flow, I was comfortable typing. It was very good in terms of space for palm rest, and more importantly, you could feel your way around the keyboard without having to look down. That keyboard is, as we saw in the MagicBooks last year, has a special key. That's for the pop-up selfie camera or webcam that's in the keyboard itself. As with the previous versions of the MagicBook, that causes a bit of chin exposure in many calls and video calls, and especially when working from home or on the road. If you're going to be making a lot of video calls, this may be unfortunately placed when dealing with trying to keep eye contact with people. But in terms of design, it does offer a good way to get some extra privacy when you're not using the webcam. You ensure that it just physically isn't able to see anything, and also leaves more space for that gorgeous 16.1 inch screen. I mean, it is lovely. So that screen is a full high definition screen in 16:9 aspect ratio, which is ideal for watching videos. It's also very good for editing videos, as I did with drone footage and other content on the Honor MagicBook Pro. In terms of connectivity, you have the usual Wi-Fi connectivity, but there's also 3 full-sized USB ports, 1 USB Type-C port which can be used for charging as well, and it does have a headphone jack too. Sadly, there's no memory card reader, but that abundance of USB ports will definitely be useful. And if you're out and about or you're wanting to demo the content you have just created, there is a full-sized HDMI out port, so you can connect to a projector or, more importantly, a TV and see content that's on your device on there. Now, the screen is very, very good. The color reproduction is excellent. It's really realistic colors. And more importantly, the screen itself is less reflective in direct sunlight than other similarly priced laptops. Especially compared to a glossy MacBook Pro, this Honor really performs very well in outdoor situations. And in the summer, when we have more light, that's probably a good thing. In terms of overall performance, as I said, I've been using this for video editing, I've been using this for some photo editing, and some light gaming. Because it's running Windows 10, you have access to all the Windows and Xbox services as usual, but there's nothing to stop you installing Steam or any other game platform to download your favourite games and play them. I personally have the Xbox Game Pass and was able to play quite a few of my games on the laptop quite comfortably, and I took my time to plug in a USB controller to play those games. It is particularly good in responsive. That's probably down to that dedicated graphics card, which has, in this case, 2 GB of RAM dedicated. And that's paired with 16 GB of RAM or memory on the laptop and that Intel i5 chipset. In terms of battery life, the Honor MagicBook Pro performed really well for me. I was able to at times work for 4 or 5 hours at a time on one charge, and that's doing heavy stuff like video editing. Very few laptops that I've used can handle Premiere Pro for more than a few hours, and the Honor MagicBook Pro did very well in that respect. For charging, you get given a 65 watt USB Type-C charger. It's a power delivery charger. And if you happen to have other ones, such as the Kula one we unboxed and gave first impressions of a while back, that will work too. So for travel purposes, not only do you get a good 65 watt charger for your laptop, but you can also use that Type-C charger to charge your tablet or smartphone or any other USB Type-C device, such as drones. So overall, I'm really quite impressed by the Honor MagicBook Pro. Value for money, it delivers a lot, especially at the current price of under £1,000. But there are often on the Honor website and other retailers such as Amazon great deals to be had, whether that's bundling extras or getting a discount on the laptop itself. Honor have been really good and consistent at keeping on at the laptop game. Where they're going to go in the coming months and years, now that they're not officially part of Huawei anymore, will be interesting. We'll just have to make sure to keep an eye on what's going on, and more importantly, what they offer in terms of useful computing, whether mobile or laptop types. So I can definitely recommend the Honor MagicBook Pro. Overall, battery life is good, performance is good, and more importantly, it feels good to hold with that aluminium chassis and relatively lightweight. The battery life is definitely the standout feature, and this is something Honor have improved on in my experience since last year's models. We'll have to see how 2021 continues for Honor now that they're not officially part of Huawei. What I'll do is leave some extra links in the description to where you can purchase the Honor MagicBook Pro. These are affiliate links, so you will be supporting Tech Travel Geeks if you do purchase from there. And leave you also some other useful links for the Honor MagicBook Pro in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. If you have any feedback or any additional questions, feel free to leave them in the section below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But for now, thanks for watching.